What's up, you guys? This is JYoungGo2 back with another video, and in this video today I'm going to be discussing one of my favorite young teams in the entire NBA, the Charlotte Hornets. But before I start this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more basketball content each and every week, really when, I feel like really posting a video. But anyways, let me get this bucket real quick, and if so, definitely subscribe. Let's get into it. If there's one team that many of us should be talking about way more, and that team should definitely be the Charlotte Hornets, because I believe that the Hornets are going to be one of the most exciting young teams in the entire NBA next season. Really, when you look at that on paper, they really have one of the most talented young cores in the entire NBA in general. I mean, this team has LaMelo Ball as their future franchise player, and this guy, he will definitely be one of the primary playmakers on this basketball team for the near future with the talent that they have on this team. First off, they were able to re-sign Terry Rozier to a 4-year, $94 million extension, which is definitely going to be a big plus for this Hornets team. Having him and LaMelo in the backcourt is going to be very exciting. I mean, Terry is a good scorer. He was the Hornets' leading scorer last season for their team, so he's going to definitely be a really big plus for them. And not to mention, of course, you still have Gordon Hayward, who's hopefully him and LaMelo Ball can stay fully healthy this year so they can make it into the playoffs. But, we all know about their main young core of guys with Miles Bridges, who's definitely going to take another big jump up, in my opinion. Him and PJ Washington are two of the best frontcourt players for the Charlotte Hornets. And, I mean, they both are amazing players. And for LaMelo, that's another lob threat right there with him and Miles Bridges as well. And we all know how talented of a duo that is. But for the new additions to this team, first off, let's talk about Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre is definitely a big plus for this Hornets team, because Kelly Oubre is going to be another lob threat for LaMelo Ball and this Hornets team. I mean, Kelly Oubre in general, he really didn't fit the Warriors system last year when he was on their team, and you can just see that in the way he played, especially. And now him getting this new opportunity to go to this fast, young-paced, talented team with this Hornets, it's going to definitely be a much better fit for him, in my opinion. I believe that he will definitely have nights where he can get really hot. And I mean, he was a 36.5% three-point shooter, I believe, last season. So he's not really obviously the best three-point shooter, but he can have his nights where he's gone up. And I believe one game he had 40 points on 7 of 10 from the three-point line. I mean, he has those games where he can finish really strong. And he's definitely can be another scoring presence, but definitely another transition presence for this Hornets team, and another great wing player and defender. You also have Mason Plumlee, who is going to be another good player for this Hornets team off the bench. He's a great playmaker. We've seen him make some flashy highlights, especially when he was on the Nuggets. He also is a great rebounder, and you can definitely see him go off for double-doubles on certain nights. And Ish Smith is another very talented bench player who can definitely get buckets, and he's definitely another very flashy player to this Hornets mix, but he's definitely going to be another great fit on this Hornets team. So, I mean, those are some of the main guys the Hornets really signed as free agency. And when we talk about some of their guys who they got in the draft, we can't start off without saying James Bouknight. He definitely has amazing potential. He's a great scorer. He can create his own shot. He's really going to be, if he develops his game, he can be one of the Hornets' best scorers on this team in the future when he becomes better overall in his game. He has a lot of great potential. He kind of does remind me a lot of Zach LaVine, but he's explosive, but he's not really as explosive as Zach LaVine. He can shoot really well. He has a lot of intangibles. His game is really good overall, and he's definitely going to fit in with this Hornets team as his role increases, as he gets better. And we also have to talk about Cade Jones. I believe that he's definitely going to be another great player on this Hornets team. He's a very energetic guy. He can create his own shot, first off, and he's a big man. He's a center, 6'11". He can also bring the ball up the basketball court. He has a good handle as for a center. He can shoot. he is definitely extremely athletic as well. Shown a lot of potential, him and Plumlee in the summer league, and K Jones, he's definitely had a lot of highlights as well. So I expect him to be another really good addition to this team, especially he can be another lob threat as well for LaMelo and his playmaking ability. Those guys are definitely going to be really good fits on the roster, and they also got JT Thor, who is going to be he's a raw player right now. He's definitely has a lot of growth in his game. I don't really know much about him, but all I know is that he's a very raw prospect, and he has a lot of potential, especially with his size. But this Hornets team, man, when you look at their development, especially, as I said earlier, with their young core of guys and LaMelo Ball coming into this season, already coming off of winning Rookie of the Year, which was very debatable, but he still got the job done. And if he and the Gordon Hayward can stay healthy this season, this Hornets team, their push into the playoffs will be amazing, because I believe they were in the play-in tournament last year and they had a chance to make it into the playoffs, but they sadly didn't. But they have a really, really good roster, a really great roster full of good young players. We all know how talented their young core is already. They did lose Devontae Graham and Malik Monk in free agency, but really they have so many talented guys at the guard position, and now really that there was really no need for those guys really to be on the Hornets team. Now Devontae Graham will definitely be a very well missed player, but he will definitely be a pretty good piece for the New Orleans Pelicans. As for the Hornets, though, they will definitely be one of the most exciting young teams to watch this season in the NBA. They made really good decisions, and really for the first time in a while, well, really forever, really, let's be 100% real with you. Even when Kemba was on the roster, this team was not even nearly as talented as this. But this Hornets team, they've really figured out, and they've known that the Bobcats, and they won 7 games one season. And now look at them. They're a team that is on the rise of becoming possibly one of the best young teams and a playoff team for the future. They have a combination of playmaking, shooting, defending. They have it all. And even now with K Jones, who was 6'11", he's definitely going to be a much better presence at the center position, and Mason Plumlee as well. So I mean, when you look at this team on paper, they have a very loaded, good team with young assets that are really going to develop and grow even more as time goes by, led by, of course, LaMelo Ball. But I hope you guys enjoyed this brief video on the Charlotte Hornets. Man, I believe that this team is definitely going to be exciting to watch. For more basketball content each and every single week, have a good day. Peace.